Hello, my name is Ruby Moranti, and today I'm going to be talking to you about why it's important to stay connected to your friends or friends and family who might live many miles away. First, I'm going to talk about why is it important to stay connected at all. Then I'm going to talk about ways that you can stay connected to those people. And then I'm going to talk about why it is important to have a community that is close to you, as well as keeping those friendships that are miles away. So first, why is it important to stay connected to anyone at all? Well, studies actually show that having social and close friendships and connections with people can actually lower anxiety, lower the risk of depression, help you regulate emotions, lead to high self-esteem and higher empathy, and they can also improve your immune system, which is like, that fact is just crazy to me. So as you can see with all these things, it's important to not only have friends in your life, but to have those special connections and bonds. And even though you might not think that you need them, when you lose them, you can see all of these things that could happen and things that can affect you negatively when you disconnect with people or lose friendships, even if it's not on purpose. So how can you stay connected? I always think like, oh, when I move away to college, how do I want to stay connected to those people who I grew up with or my family? A great way to do this is FaceTime. We have new technology, and FaceTime phone calls and messages are all great ways, but seeing somebody actually face to face is very important with like keeping that social connection. When you're just talking on the phone, you're only hearing somebody's voice or only messaging them where you can't hear them or see them at all. It's difficult to have that sense of like that person's actually there. But I think FaceTime is like one of the greatest new technology advancement for this specific thing. Just being able to see them and hear them in real time can just make you feel less alone and like that person is really there with you. Another way to keep that connection is to just do things that you might have in common, do them together or at the same time. I know my mom always does this with her long distance friend. They both have Apple Watches, and on the Apple Watch you can like see when your friend is going on a walk, and so they'll go on walks together and they'll sometimes talk on the phone. But just even just knowing that that person is also doing the same thing as you is cool, and it kind of has this like sense of connection. Another way to do this is gaming. If you're into that, there's a lot of ways now where you can connect the games so where you can play together on Xbox or PlayStation, and I know that there are ways you can do that with games on your phone as well. You can play with a person or on the same server or world. Or I'm not very into gaming, but I have siblings who are, and I know that that's a big thing, and it can help you just feel connected. I know that talking on the phone and FaceTiming isn't for everyone, and sometimes it can be hard for people to just start up that conversation, especially if the friend who you're trying to stay connected to, you guys always were doing something together. It can sometimes be hard to just like sit and talk. So doing things together while you're not actually together is a great way to help with this. The last way is social media. Now anybody can post anything and you can see everything about everyone's life online. And a lot of people, this is kind of a debate, but a lot of people think that's a bad thing, but it can also be a good thing for staying connected to people. Just seeing what people are up to, even if you don't have that really strong connection with that person and you might not be texting, calling them all the time to see what they're up to, just checking on their social media, seeing that it's their birthday, messaging them, it can still create that very like special connection. between you and another person. So how do you find new people to get connected to, and why is it important to have that physical connection to people? Well, this is hard because when you are miles away from people that you love or people who you had previous connections with, you kind of just long for those connections and long for those friendships, and you might be totally focused on connecting with those people and keeping those friendships and calling and FaceTiming and doing everything you can to make sure that that connection stays strong, which is okay. And like we just talked about, it's important to keep those connections throughout maybe your entire life, or to at least, not be a flaky friend and to keep those connections. It's important. But it is also very important for you to have like physical social interactions with other people. And that can be very scary. Like I said, I always go back to the example of, oh, you're moving away to college, you need to make new friends. Even if you're FaceTiming your old friends from high school every single day, you still need to be making new friends and physically talking to somebody who's standing in front of you and going outside of your comfort zone. And that can just help you in so many aspects of your life. I think it shows this sense of maturity, and it can help you know how to navigate social situations, and that can help you in the workplace in the future. It can help you with talking to people, even like you think way in the future, like, oh, your kids, you're gonna have to go to a parent teacher meeting one day, and you're gonna have to go to talk to those people, or you're gonna have to be able to talk to somebody to maybe find a partner for life, or even like talk to your parents as they get way older in age. And it's just like you need that social interaction with people and even strangers. And so, finding ways to meet new people and create the sense of community around you and create new connections is just as important as staying connected with people from your past. And ways that you can do this, it kind of depends on your age group, of course. If you're in school, it's easy to just meet people in class or meet people at the library or at a coffee shop. Work is a great place, just talking to new people who you may have never even thought of talking to before. Trying new things, maybe going to a new gym or taking a workout class or doing yoga, or even just like talking to random people at the park or while you're walking your dog. It's just important to have those social interactions so that you can create new connections with people. So those are some reasons why you should stay connected, how you can make new connections, how you can stay connected to the people in your past life.